Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Stacy. If anybody is new and joining me here for the first time, thank you so much. I do live Get Ready With Me's on Sunday mornings at 9:30 GMT, so I'll leave my Instagram handle for you here. So if you fancy seeing me do makeup in real time, please come along. My slogan is Believable Brown Beauty. In my last video, I coined myself the Ronseal of makeup. I do exactly what I say on the tin. I love Believable Brown Beauty. I also like to use makeup in slightly unconventional ways at times. So if that sounds like something you'd like, please keep watching. Okay, on to today's video. Wow, this has been really stressful, but we'll talk about that whilst I'm doing my makeup. What am I doing today? So I have been thinking about this video and I had a request from a viewer or a follower on my Instagram, or maybe it was my YouTube, and they asked me to do a glam makeup that didn't have all the caking and baking because I don't cake and bake. And then I was thinking about the idea and I was like, okay, that's cool, I can definitely do that. And I don't like to watch too many influencer videos. It's weird because I've gone from a consumer to a creator, so I try not to watch as many YouTube videos as I did before so that it doesn't influence what I do on my channel. But that being said, I watched a video by Lisa Eldridge where she used all Instagram kind of cult products but created a really beauty natural look, and I thought that was really clever. And then also I watched Sam's video from Pixie Woo where her daughter did Instagram makeup for her, and I was like, oh, that's quite cool too. But both those ideas have been done and I don't want to do those. So then I was thinking, okay, what can I do that's kind of in that ballpark but not exactly that thing? And then I thought to myself, okay, when I have watched tutorials, especially on black women, and they do a glam makeup, it's often a red lip and a gold eyeshadow, but it's really basic. And I thought, well, I could kind of incorporate all these three different elements. So I'm going to do a glam. I'm calling it my anti-glam glam, and I'm going to elevate a basic red lip and gold eyeshadow that always looks timeless and great on black women, but sometimes I see it and I think, oh, is that what you did? Like, you could have done more. So I'm going to do that, and it's going to be my version, like a natural glamorous makeup. So yeah, it's a lot in this particular tutorial, but I think it's going to be good. So let's get into the makeup. First of all, I'm starting with my brows. I am using my 24-hour brow setter from Benefit to Brush Up Strugglina, and then the Good Eyebrow. Next, I'm moving on to skin. I'm using Giorgio Armani Fluid Sheer in number 10. I love to underpaint when I do highlights. I am not a fan at all of powder highlighters. I don't like them, especially on black skin. I think they always look powdery and chalky. I like to use liquids or creams. I love the glow that this one gives, especially when you wear it under foundation. You can use it over foundation as well, that's really lovely too, but I especially love it underneath. I'm using my Bobbi Brown stick foundation, Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick in Chestnut number 9, and I'm going to buff that in with this brush. I use this in this area of my face because my jawline is much deeper and richer in tone than the center part of my face. So I have to use two different foundations to make my face look normal. Next, I'm going in with the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Liquid this time, and 7.25, which is Cool Almond. And now I'm going to use it to kind of bridge the gap together between these two products on my face. I can't take it too far here because here is much darker as well. So I'm going to go back to the chestnut and just make sure that I keep this true. I don't really put much product on my forehead. I try to avoid it. I think I look nicer without foundation on my forehead. So I'm just taking the leftovers and skimming that across my forehead. And a little bit on my nose. My nose and my forehead, I never really put foundation on. I think it's really important that you look at your whole face and assess where you need foundation rather than just applying it everywhere. So we are going on to concealer. This is NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Almond. It is lighter than I would normally go for, but because I'm doing a slightly more glamorous makeup today, I am pulling out all the stops. So this is my second time recording this video. It is 6 o'clock on Friday night. I have had such a palaver trying to do this video. Everything has been conspiring against me to make it happen. So I'm just going to give you a little rundown of what's been going on. I'm going to go on to brows. So I'm using Strut brow pencil. I want my brows to be stronger, but I still don't want them to be overpowering. A way to navigate this issue is to use a slightly warmer or lighter coloured pencil, depending on your colouring. I have opted for a warmer pencil because I have got brown bits in my hair. I find that if you go warmer or lighter, you can draw on a much stronger brow than you probably would wear in your normal colour, but because it's either warmer or lighter, it doesn't look as overpowering. It looks much more natural, so that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to do the same on the other eyebrow. This pencil, I'm sorry to say, has been discontinued from MAC. I am really like treasuring it because I know I can't get it anymore, but I love it because of how red it is. I'm sure Almond or a brand like Almond do a similar colour. So if you want something like that, check them out. I am taking a tiny bit of the Skin foundation, the colour that I wore here, 7.25, and I'm going to use this to kind of gently carve out my brow. I don't want it to be too sharp. I find if you use foundation rather than concealer sometimes, because it's a bit thinner, it looks more believable. Okay, now we're going to move on to socket. I am going to take 224. This is an old 224, and I'm using the colour Brown Down from MAC. I'm going to explain why I'm tipping my head back. When you do your makeup like this, straight on, you kind of close your lid a little bit. When you pull it back like this, you get way more space. So I am just using this colour here. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm taking it into my nose. So rather than curving it all the way down here and following my actual crease, I'm taking it a tiny bit higher and just curving it round. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye. Tip your head back and follow this curve here. And I'm doing this on purpose because I want to make sure that I maximize my space. And then I'm gently blending that into my brow. I feel if you're going to do this, you have to do it in a really soft way. This is a very American way of doing makeup. When I used to watch, I used to watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'd study their eye makeup and be like, oh, they all blend it up into the brow. That's why their eyes look so smoky and open. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm copying today. Next, I am using a Revlon Color Stay eyeshadow. This colour is 710. I'm taking a little flat brush and I'm just going to use this as a base underneath the eyeshadow. Once again, I'm tipping my head back to maximise the space. And I'm taking this all the way around here. And I like to kind of fade out my base where I know I'm going to use dark eyeshadow. And because I know I'm going to use a darker colour there, I won't take it all the way along. You can see, just taking those few, like 3 or 4 millimeters in this part of the eye really makes your eye look bigger. So that's a good little trick. Do the same on this eye as well. Next, I am moving on to Tempting eyeshadow. I always say that this is my favourite eyeshadow, and it is. If I could only ever wear one eyeshadow again, it would be this one. So I'm just using that to kind of go over the base that we've done already. And it's like a bronzy gold. It's a brown. What colour would I call this? Yeah, it is like a shimmery brown with lots of gold flecks through it. That's what it looks like in the pan. Next, I am using Beauty Pie's, what are these called? Metallic eyeshadows, but they're a loose pigment, so be careful. I'm working from the lid, as you don't need much of these at all. And I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner of my eye. I'm tired, but I'm still happy doing this. And I'm blending that in to the Tempting eyeshadow. I know, I'm using it again. It's my Bronze Nude palette. To the rescue! I did tell you I love this palette. I wasn't lying. But this time I'm going to use this colour up here. I've not used this one yet. Golden Glow. And I'm going to use that on the inner corner. Ooh, can you see how that pops? That is really pretty. Did that show on camera? I don't know, but it looks nice in real life. So I'm just so smooth. It's like a creamy powder. And I know that's an oxymoron, but that's exactly how it behaves. Finally, I'm going to go back to my Bronze Nude palette, and I'm using the colour Black Chocolate. And this is going to be my corner colour. And I'm getting a smaller brush again and just using that to blend everything together. I'm going to take a pencil brush, go into Brown Down, and just smoke out my lower lash line. I like to use this first before I go in with a darker colour, just so it blends in really nicely. Then I'm taking a smaller brush and I'm just going to go really close to the lash line now. This is the Black Chocolate again from the Bronze Nude palette. I really, really want to put top liner on. Then I feel like I always put top liner on, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the Black Chocolate again. And I'm going to make a really soft line on my top lashes. What I will do though is put some black kohl pencil in my waterline. I think that will really finish it off nicely. Okay, I'm going to put a tiny bit on my top, just a tiny, tiny bit, just here. I promise it's not going to be a full liner. I promise, I won't take it the whole way along. That's it. I'm going to stop. I just have this thing for black eye pencil and eyeliner. I love it, but I won't today. Right, next we're going to move on to mascara. The usual suspects. I am using my Extended Play Giga Black Mascara as my lash primer, and then I will move on to my In Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. So that's the eyes done. Now we're going to move on to this red lip. My sunlight is fast fading, so I've got to finish this quickly. And I'm going to show you what I do sometimes. I'm going with High Drama, the liquid lipstick from MAC. And then I'm using the tip. Actually, I might just use my finger. Yeah. And I just blended out the inner edge of the lipstick. I'm going to do the same on the bottom lip. Fingers are really useful as well. I've used it just to soften the inside of the liquid lipstick. You could do it with a brush, but it would take much longer. I find it simpler sometimes just to use your fingers. Then I'm going in with the classic Ruby Woo. Finally, I'm going to set everything because it's getting super, super dark. I am using my Cover FX Power Play foundation. No, I'm using my Cover FX matte setting powder just to set my foundation. Because we've got the Giorgio Armani Fluid Sheer underneath, even though I've used quite a lot of powder, it still keeps a little sheen there. If you want to, you can do this too. I'll show you. Take another little pump, work it into the brush, and literally just stipple it over here. Lastly, for blusher, I'm going to take burnt pepper and just sweep that on the apples of my cheeks. Always upwards, never downwards. I have to make this face. I have to make this face to put my blusher on in the right place. And then I think I'm going to use a tiny bit of Ambering Rose as well. Oh yeah, just on the apple here. So guys, there you have it. This is the final look for today. This is my anti-Glam Glam. It's a lot more makeup than I would normally wear, but it's not as far as Instagram. I don't think I ever want to go that far. It's my take on like a full-on look, and for me, this pretty much is as far as I go. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Please don't forget to like, comment, share. Please share, because a lot of frustration goes into this video, went into this video. Please share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.